and most importantly, she's an amazing competitor, which is just like this full package. And it came together for her in New York City. So I wanted to be there.
But when I'm going to the line, ready to serve, they don't need to cheer. No one's talking to you. She's talking to me, okay? I haven't started. Your team is chanting. I'm too old for this mind game.
Coco Gauff has just received a massive show of support from tennis legend Maria Sharapova after a tense on-court moment with Belinda Bencic. If you missed it, things got heated during their recent match when Bencic appeared to use fiery reactions and emotional outbursts in an attempt to disrupt Coco's rhythm. But instead of reacting, Coco stayed locked in,
Calm.
focused, completely unshaken. She handled the pressure like a seasoned champion. Now Maria Sharapova, a player who built her career on mental toughness, has stepped forward to defend Coco. Sharapova praised her composure, applauding the young star for refusing to get drawn into distractions and proving just how mature she is in high-pressure situations. She even noted that Coco has faced moments like this before, and every single time, she finds a way to rise above. But it doesn't stop there. With Sharapova publicly backing her, the tennis world has started to rally around Coco Gauff. Former champions and respected voices in the sport are showing their support, making it clear they stand behind her professionalism and poise. Meanwhile, the spotlight is shifting toward Belinda Bencic, who is now facing growing criticism for her on-court altercations. Is this the beginning of a heated rivalry? And how will this wave of support impact Coco moving forward? Stay tuned as we break down the drama, the reactions, and what this moment means for the future of women's tennis.
No, I'm just give us one. Give us one name.
I want Coco.
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 All right. Me and you both, Maria.
After the match ended, Maria Sharapova was asked a simple but big question. Who are you rooting for to win the US Open? Without a second of hesitation, she answered, Coco Gauff. This isn't new. Sharapova has consistently made it clear that she believes in Coco. Every time she speaks about her, she highlights the same thing: star power, mental strength, and championship DNA. In Maria's eyes, Coco isn't just talented, she's a true superstar in the making. And once again, following the tense altercation with Belinda Bencic, Sharapova stood firmly by Coco's side. Her support wasn't quiet. It wasn't subtle. It was strong, direct, and unwavering. Maria even described Coco's victory over Bencic as truly special, pointing to the deeper story behind it. And she's absolutely right. Beating a tough opponent is one thing. Doing it while staying composed amid attempted distractions and on-court tension? That's something else entirely. Sharapova acknowledged that Coco may not win every single title, no player does. But moments like this? Moments where she rises above the noise, ignores the taunts, and lets her racket do the talking? Those are the wins that define careers. Sharapova's comments feel like truth bombs, the kind only a former champion can deliver. And now you have to wonder, is Belinda Bencic looking back at that moment with regret? Because while emotions fade, statements like this from a legend last a long time. And the support behind Coco Gauff? It's only getting louder.
Between these two was fine, by the way. This was a very impressive win from Coco. She led in the opening set 4-1, 30-15, but lost the final 5 games of the opener. Then with that second set drama, she could have easily faded away, but Coco used it as fuel, which is why she's such a champion.
Maria Sharapova emphasized that Coco Gauff has lived under the spotlight since her early teens. With that level of attention comes immense pressure and, inevitably, a target on your back. Moments like the recent clash with Belinda Bencic only highlight how much Coco has had to handle throughout her young career. Sharapova also addressed something many critics once questioned: Coco's development timeline. Some believed she took longer than expected to fully break through. But Maria made it clear that time wasn't a setback. It was preparation. Every challenge, every tough loss, every high-pressure moment has only made Coco stronger, wiser, and more dangerous on the court. And this match proved exactly that. Facing Bencic on a global stage, Coco demonstrated remarkable composure and resilience. Even after losing the first set, with Bencic looking confident and in control, Coco never showed panic. She stayed locked in, trusted her team, trusted her training, and most importantly, trusted herself. As the match unfolded, the momentum shifted. Coco raised her intensity, sharpened her focus, and completely turned the tide. With fierce determination, she stormed through the next 2 sets, leaving no doubt about who controlled the final outcome. It wasn't just a comeback. It was a statement. A reminder that maturity doesn't always come with age. It comes with experience. And Coco Gauff showed the world that she is both. This victory wasn't only about advancing in the tournament. It was about resilience, growth, and the undeniable strength of a young woman who refuses to be rattled, no matter the pressure. And if Maria Sharapova sees championship energy in Coco, the rest of the tennis world is starting to see it too.
No, yeah, I would be lying to you if I said I had no reservations. Obviously, you guys know like who I am and the things I speak about, and I was pretty much on almost every player call that I could make.
Coco Gauff didn't just let her racket do the talking. She addressed the situation head-on after the match. Speaking to the media, Coco made it clear that she had never disrespected her opponent. At the same time, she didn't pretend the tension wasn't there. She acknowledged it. She owned it. Coco admitted that it wouldn't be honest to say she wasn't affected by Belinda Bencic's actions on court. She understood exactly what was happening. The reactions, the energy, the attempts to disrupt her rhythm. She saw it all. But here's the difference. Instead of reacting emotionally, Coco responded competitively. She stayed composed. She stayed focused. And ultimately, she delivered the only answer that truly matters in tennis: winning. In her own quiet way, Coco made it clear that if someone tries to provoke her, she won't get drawn into the chaos. She'll channel it. She'll elevate her level. She'll turn pressure into performance. And in the end, she gave Bencic exactly what she needed to see: a powerful lesson in resilience, composure, and what it means to stay locked in when the spotlight gets intense. That's growth. That's maturity. And that's championship mentality.
I love her, devotion, dedication. Also, she's got maybe she's too humble to say, too modest to say, but she's got a great fighting spirit, no doubt. She's a warrior, goes out there and doesn't give a single game. Actually, she has probably the...
Coco Gauff's response on the court was nothing short of a masterclass in poise and maturity. Even in the middle of tension, she refused to speak negatively about Belinda Bencic or her team. Instead, she showed respect, the kind of respect every competitor deserves. But she also made one thing clear: respect should go both ways. Coco emphasized how highly she values her own team and the work they put in behind the scenes. At the same time, it was evident that mutual respect isn't always guaranteed in high-stakes matches. Still, rather than letting negativity distract her, she rose above it. That's been the pattern with Coco. Adversity doesn't break her focus, it sharpens it. And the support behind her continues to grow. Tennis legend Maria Sharapova isn't the only one backing her. Novak Djokovic has also stepped forward to defend the young star. Djokovic made it clear that Coco's intensity on court should never be mistaken for something personal. According to him, what people see is simply her fighting spirit. He described her as a true warrior, a competitor who steps onto the court determined to push herself and her opponent to the absolute limit. Without directly escalating the controversy, Djokovic firmly rejected the accusations made against her. He subtly reminded everyone that elite competitors channel their energy into performance, not mind games. His message was simple: Coco's focus has always been on winning through skill, determination, and resilience, not on undermining her opponents. With legends like Sharapova and Djokovic publicly backing her, it's becoming increasingly clear that the tennis world recognizes something powerful in Coco Gauff. Not just talent, but character.
It speaks about how seriously and professionally she's taking every single point and game on the court. So that's very admirable. I really like that kind of champion spirit and mindset.
Novak Djokovic was unwavering in his support for Coco Gauff, making it absolutely clear that she did nothing wrong during the match. According to Djokovic, Coco was simply standing up for fairness, ensuring that every point was counted correctly and that the match was conducted properly. That's not gamesmanship. That's professionalism. He suggested that what some tried to frame as controversy was, in reality, a competitor protecting the integrity of the match. Djokovic firmly rejected the narrative that Coco was attempting to manipulate the referee. He made it clear that accusations claiming she was influencing officials were completely unfounded. In his view, those claims didn't align with the kind of competitor Coco has consistently proven herself to be. Instead, it appeared that the tension may have been a strategic attempt to disrupt her rhythm. High-level matches are often psychological battles as much as physical ones, and Djokovic subtly hinted that trying to rattle an opponent can be part of that dynamic. But if the intention was to shake Coco's focus, it didn't work. She stayed composed. She stayed sharp. And when it mattered most, she delivered. With respected voices in the sport defending her character and competitive spirit, it's becoming increasingly clear that Coco Gauff's reputation isn't defined by moments of tension. It's defined by how she rises above them.
And it's a beautiful story, and I think, and look, does that mean that she's going to go out and win every single Grand Slam? This is a sport. It never happens. Most of the time, you end up losing a few more than you win, but those wins are very special, and I'm sure that she will handle the ups.
In the end, what we witnessed between Coco Gauff and Belinda Bencic wasn't just another match on the schedule.
It was a statement.
A statement about resilience, about maturity, about unwavering determination under pressure. Despite the tension and attempted mind games, Coco never lost control of the moment. She didn't get pulled into negativity. She didn't allow emotion to dictate her performance. Instead, she stayed centered, focused on the tennis, and let her level do the talking. That ability to rise above chaos and answer with composure speaks volumes about how much she has grown, not just as a player, but as a person. And she wasn't standing alone. Support from legends like Maria Sharapova and Novak Djokovic only reinforced what many are beginning to recognize. Both champions have competed under unimaginable pressure. Their acknowledgement of Coco's mindset carries weight. Sharapova highlighted the strength it takes to grow up in the spotlight and still remain grounded. Djokovic defended her integrity, making it clear that competitive fire should never be confused with poor sportsmanship. When athletes of their caliber speak, the tennis world listens. What's becoming undeniable is this: Coco Gauff is no longer just a rising star. She's a serious force in women's tennis. Her mental toughness may very well be her greatest weapon. Talent wins matches. Composure wins championships. And adversity? That builds legacy. This clash with Bencic will likely be remembered as one of those defining chapters, the kind that shapes champions. But if this performance is any indication, Coco isn't just ready for the pressure. She's built for it. Now the question turns to you. Did Coco's composure under pressure convince you she's destined for multiple Grand Slam titles? How important do you think public backing from legends like Sharapova and Djokovic is in shaping a champion's path? And could this moment be the spark that launches her next major breakthrough? Drop your thoughts below, because this story is far from over.